What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the Quartinger. Hoping you have a wonderful day. And I know many of my viewers are because they're wrestling fans and they saw the new wrestler, Joe Gacy, as a hilarious mocking of the woke left. Now, I grew up a huge fan of wrestling. What was it? What would you call the Attitude Era? Was that The Rock and stuff like that? I didn't really watch during that era. I grew up just after Ultimate Warrior, but like Hulk, I mean through Hulkamania, before he joined, the other side or whatever. Undertaker and his Paul Bearer guy, Bam Bam Bigelow, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, Ric Flair, although Ric Flair was around for a billion years, Jake the Snake Roberts. By the way, an excellent documentary on Jake the Snake. Undertaker's got a really cool documentary too that I think is really good. I grew up in that area. What is that? What was the big, super big fat guy? I forget. Andre the Giant, obviously. So I grew up in that era of wrestling, and I'm not going to say one was better than the other. I'm just saying that's what I grew up watching. I had all the little action figures. I always bought the video games, the wrestling games on Super NES. I would always rent and play at my neighbor's house because I didn't have a Super Nintendo, but I would rent the games because we were friends and I'd bring them over. Anyway, the WWE body slams the woke left. New character Joe Gacy says he doesn't need to use male privilege to get what he wants before he sweeps opponent into a hug. World Wrestling Entertainment shocked fans Tuesday by debuting a new character who denounced male privilege and referred to the ring as a safe space in what appeared to be a joking dig at woke Americans. Joe Gacy made his debut appearance at WWE's NXT 2 Tuesday and was prominently booed after telling fans, "Tonight the ring is a safe space." I imagine he's a heel. NXT is full of conflict, from the smallest microaggression to the most heinous grudges, he added. This is the place where we settle our differences. I come to you tonight in the mindset of conflict resolution, where I don't need to use my male privilege to get what I want. Gacy, 34, ultimately lost the match to his opponent, Cameron Grimes, and pulled him in for a hug afterwards. It's unclear if his appearance was a one-off cameo by WWE bosses to amuse fans, or if he'll reappear again in the ring in the future. WWE has a history of attempting to capitalize on politically charged issues in an effort to grow its audience and boost ratings. Gacy, who sported a smirk, said, "I understand, just like you, that life isn't fair. I believe we can achieve unity and tolerance for all of us, and I can be the man that will show you we can achieve peace in this safe space. And it starts tonight." The wrestler's rhetoric was not well received by fans, who were heard booing the wrestler from the stands at the Capitol Wrestling Center in Orlando. Echoing the audience's sentiment, NXT commentator and former WWE wrestler Wade Barrett played into the fun, saying, "That made no sense to me whatsoever. I've snapped my arm in the ring. I've separated a shoulder. I've broken my nose more times than I can count. That ring is anything but safe." I mean, I love it. Conflict resolved. You see, thank you for the hug. He's not feeling that hug. This guy looks at the world a little bit differently than you or I, which is not necessarily a bad thing. It remains to be seen whether that will work for Gacy. During the match, which ended in under 5 minutes, Gacy did manage to body slam his opponent, Cameron Grimes, before being pinned. Afterwards, Gacy reportedly insisted on giving Grimes, played by Trevor Lee Cadell, a hug. According to the news outlet, the audience was not impressed by the competition or Gacy's response, and they made their thoughts clear to the WWE chief executive Vince McMahon. "Walk this gimmick back. 0% chance you don't F it up to the fare thee well." That tweet was also cringeworthy, tweeted a fan. Vince, what is this? Is liberal male just your go-to heel now? I'm not sure exactly what he was going for, but I know it didn't work, a Twitter user chimed in. "I feel like the real Joel Gacy will show up after a little bit," replied another. I mean, I imagine that, I can't believe I didn't see people losing their mind about this. WWE chairman and CEO Vince McMahon has previously used his wrestling empire to make political statements. In the 80s, during tension between the US and Iran and the Soviet Union, he launched the Iron Sheik and Nikolai Volkov, who were famed for spewing anti-American rhetoric while donning the flags of America's enemies. During the Gulf War, the WWE introduced fans to Sergeant Slaughter, I remember that, who reportedly turned his back on America and became an Iraqi sympathizer. Meanwhile, however, while Trump was in office and McMahon's wife, while Trump was in office, I think they mean, and McMahon's wife, Linda McMahon, served as administrator of the SBA, WWE avoided intermixing politics and wrestling. I mean, and then you could see all the salt. Hey, whenever he gets hillbillies into the stadium to watch redneck theater, it's still a good thing. I mean, this is great. I mean, WWE pokes fun at the woke left with new wrestler. Here's another, where was the other? I felt like there's another title that was like, WWE introduces woke wrestler, loses in minutes. Win, lose, or draw, Joe Gacy will bring his safe space to the WWE. They deleted the tweet. They deleted the tweet. They deleted it. Watch this. Is a video still here?
Joe Gacy, how are you feeling about this loss tonight?
Tonight, the better man won. And I still believe that we can achieve peace and unity. I want to make NXT 2.0 a safe space.
You can see, you know, he's going to be one of the most over people in NXT 2.0. If he gets a Bo Dallas switch, Bo Dallas Leave switch, and somebody buy the rights to TNA. You see, give me Gavi versus the Samoa Joe one day. I mean, I think it's funny. I do think it's weird that they deleted the tweet. That happened in real time. Why did they delete it? Just because they were that sensitive? Are you serious? Maybe I need to watch more wrestling. Dang. I think I need to watch more wrestling. I can't. Yes. Okay. I'm starting to be a fan. By the way, women's wrestling also to me is hilarious. It isn't hilarious, but it destroys the whole narrative. Remember the Cowboy Bebop thing where they're like, oh, nobody could actually perform stunts while wearing these skimpy outfits. Somehow every woman in the WWE doesn't have a problem doing it. So they've deleted all existence? Is that what's going on? They've just erased him from history. Rest in pepperonis. What a sad day. Oh, that's so sad. Joe Gacy would be probably my all-time favorite heel. I mean, I don't understand this. I'm sad for the wrestling. We must mourn. And we must mourn the only way that really I know how to, by leaving a like and writing a little eulogy in the comment section for Joe Gacy. And then between liking the video and writing your comment, you click that red subscribe button down below the video, because I think that is truly honoring his memory. Is wrestling good again? I see the AEW, a lot of my viewers watch the AEW. I actually didn't like the era of The Rock. Stone Cold was okay. I liked him, obviously, like, as a character. He was very good and hardworking. But I always liked it when wrestling was, like, way over the top with characters. Is it return to that? You know, or is it just more like spectacle? I mean, sure, watching beautiful women wrestle seems like an interesting thing to do. I know Sasha Banks, as I think I know at least one of them. Give me a reason, maybe. If you're not writing that eulogy for Joe Gacy, let me know if I should be watching wrestling. I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again.